Hello, welcome. This is Sports This Morning. We're broadcasting live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. It's good to have you join us to talk sports. I'm Austin Okonakpan.
Thank you for joining us on this last edition of the show for the week. Promises to be exciting. As always, I'm Yemi Adebayo.
Okay, that's it. Let's have some fun now talking sports. The English Premier League, Manchester City, they humbled Liverpool, but Jurgen Klopp says, look, no problem. They have the trophy, but City needed to make a statement, and they did. I mean, some Liverpool fans say, oh, please, we've been drinking. We're yet to recover. We don't care.
It's the hangover title already in their hands, so you can understand the reason for that. But of course, City needed to prove a point, and they did in emphatic style, beating the champions 4-0. They would have been hoping that they came earlier, but of course, Liverpool already champions. It counts for nothing. All right, let's move on the show and talk about this guys gradually moving towards taking the title away from Barcelona. We're talking about Real Madrid on the show. 6 wins in a row. Captain Fantastic. Sergio Ramos scored a goal that gave them victory. Now 4 points clear of Barcelona in the La Liga title race.
So that's what it means when you want to keep the pressure on a rival as Barcelona. You need to do everything you can to get that win, and that's what Real Madrid did against Getafe. Also on the show this morning, we talked about it yesterday. We'll talk about it today and talk about it big time over the weekend. Formula One is back. On Sunday, we'll be having the Austrian Grand Prix. And look, I mean, the drivers are super excited. Red Bull said they're ready to compete. Renault said they are looking forward to the new season. They're in a good position. Lewis Hamilton is saying, I will drive, but give black lives a chance.
All right, that's the makeup of the show. Let's dive straight into it. Of course, we're going to be starting with F1. F1 is back. All of the drivers are excited to be here. A lot of them talking about wide-ranging issues for Hamilton. His quest to get diversity and inclusion in the sport is what he's talking about. And he says, look, I want everybody to take the same stance against racism. Let's take a tough stance. I expect everybody to be united as we fight this enemy.
That's what it is.
All right, for Valtteri Bottas, it's excited. I can't describe the feeling right now. I'm excited. I miss all the things that is associated with F1. That's what Valtteri Bottas is saying.
And before we get to the other drivers, I'm sure the viewers saw the display boards. Everything is about safety protocols. We wear a face mask. You make sure you sanitize, because now persons will see the superstars come out to race, and everybody will think that all is well. No, we're still fighting a pandemic, and these guys just need to. They need to do what they need to do. But safety protocols are going to be observed 100%. And was it yesterday that we listened to Max Verstappen? He said, "Look, they keep telling us that we need to do this, and do that," and that was why they cut down the staff strength of each team to about 80. Before it used to be over even 200, just so we can achieve social distance.
Yeah, very good one. And of course, we know we have to live with COVID-19. That's the point. Safety protocols, top-notch for any sport that attempts to stage a comeback in this health crisis. And F1 is no different. Like Austin said, the other guys spoke. Charles Leclerc, Max Verstappen, and Daniel Ricciardo. For Riaki, it was the funny one. He says, look, stop asking me about the decision I took. I want to race. That's all I want to do. And I'm with Renault now. Just leave every other question. Let me just race.
That's what it is. I want to stay focused. It's a new season. I just want to show that I've got the quality to come to Renault and give them. And I think that was a big decision.
Very big one.
It took, because, I mean, you won't put Renault in the level of all of the big guys. And I think he's a quality driver. He can compete. But it's Max. Each time Max Verstappen is speaking, I mean, I want to listen very closely, because it's passing a strong message when he burst into the scene. I love the way he approached it. He was so young then, but he's been giving us podium finishes. He says that Red Bull is in a good position to compete, that they want to push Mercedes all the way. And that's why we're waiting for this season opener, because it's going, a lot of drivers need to make a statement.
All right, so let's listen to the guys in that order that we just mentioned. And of course, we'll be back to talk about their responses and their thoughts ahead of the season opener. All right, the guys having their say, Ricciardo, Leclerc, and Max Verstappen are all talking about the expectations ahead of the new season. And we'll see what happens. If there's ever a time we expect drivers to give Lewis Hamilton a push.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be this season.
Yeah.
You talk about Max. A lot of people say he's fast. You know, and that's what is good. You know, in F1 you have to be fast. You have to be a good racer. You also have to be fast. There are sometimes speed alone won't do it for you.
Exactly.
There has to be common sense.
Yeah.
Max takes a lot of risk that some other drivers will not. You know,
Yeah.
he is the fastest. Even Hamilton acknowledges that.
Yeah.
Whether or not he's the best racer is a different thing entirely.
And that's because he can take risks, and that's because he's very adventurous, he's young, and again, he works with a team that is very strategic. They plan their pit stop properly. You know, he's not like Lewis that can tell his engineers that, look, I can go all the way. Say, Lewis, pit. He said, not now.
Not now.
I'm going to pit in the next lap, you know. But Ricciardo knows that he needs to listen to them. He knows that he needs to prove a point, and that's what he's been doing since he came into F1, as I said before. And for
Leclerc?
the guy that moved to Renault,
Daniel Ricciardo.
Ricciardo knows that he needed to push himself after leaving Red Bull. So he knows that now everybody will say, if you had known, you wouldn't have left, you know, Red Bull. You'd have just stayed, you know, push. But he saw the writing on the wall. He saw it that, look, if I keep staying, I might just be a second driver to this guy, you know, that Max Verstappen is doing so well. Everyone is talking about him. And as we have seen the season already because of COVID-19, I was listening to former F1 driver Mark Webber. He says, look, COVID-19 has refreshed everything. That some people don't even remember that Lewis Hamilton is as dominant as he is in F1. So now everybody's starting afresh.
Clean slate.
Clean slate. Come now. The mentality is right. Just come and compete and see if they can push Hamilton and Mercedes all the way.
All right, that's it. So we'll see what happens. We're looking forward to Sunday. Today we'll see some practice sessions, and we'll see qualifiers tomorrow. Hopefully we get a good race as we go on. All right, let's talk about the news that caught everybody by surprise. The aftermath of the Adria Tour. Novak Djokovic, a few weeks ago, told us he tested positive. But the good news now, Novak Djokovic and his wife Yelena have both returned negative tests after. I mean, this comes after players like Grigor Dimitrov, Victor Troicki, Bonakaric, all of them. They were all here together. This comes after spending 10 days in isolation, and they observed all the COVID-19 protocols and safety measures. We're so very happy for Novak Djokovic and his family, and hopefully the unborn child too, because if the mother doesn't have it, it's not going to affect the unborn child as well. All right, so that's it. We leave the story about Novak Djokovic, and there's something we want to do that we want to call the fans to join in. But first, let's just bring you into all that we're doing. We have something lined up for you that you're going to find very interesting. We've talked about our Instagram live, the chats we have on Instagram live. You have Austin Okon-Akpan talking to some sports stars that we love listening to. That's what we do in those chats. And of course, we have some quick fire questions that we throw to those guys and they give us interesting answers. And we have Finidi George today. It's going to be interesting for you to hear some of the things he has to say. But first, we want to bring you into this conversation so that you can be a part of it, so that you can react to what you're about to see. You can get across to us, send us a mail at... you can send us a mail, and you can also tweet at us at channels_sports. You can send us a mail, sports this morning at channelstv.com. All right, so that's it. That's how you can be a part of the show. All right, so it's time to listen to former Super Eagles winger. Let's talking about Finidi George, of course, on the Instagram live session with Austin Okon-Akpan. Very interesting things he has to say. Let's allow you to enjoy it now.
This is my quick fire segment. I'll just ask 2 questions. You pick one. No.
Austin, I hope. I don't know what you're going to ask, but
I know you like it. You won't play me. It's just straightforward.
Okay.
Quick fire question. You pick one. Where would you like to be, Port Harcourt or Mallorca?
Mallorca.
Okay, Mallorca. Your Port Harcourt brothers are watching.
No, for now. Can I emphasize on that? For now.
You already said Mallorca. So we picked Mallorca, Finidi George.
And I cannot leave now. I cannot leave because of family, my children, so I cannot just run away. But in the future, definitely Nigeria. Definitely.
We get you, but we've picked Mallorca for now. Midfield or attack?
Okay. Attack.
Attack. Be sincere with this one. Louis van Gaal or Clemens Vesterhoff?
This is a difficult one. I would say Clemens Vesterhoff.
Clemens Vesterhoff.
Yeah.
What was that called what Van Gaal said after that match?
Yeah, apart from that, without Westerhoff, giving them that information, maybe I will not. So I always look at the beginning, because without the beginning, you will not know where you're going. So if he had said this guy is not serious in life, is not worth it, they will not sign me, definitely, or they will not even invite me. So he gave them those good words, and so I will go with him.
Okay, I'll keep that. The English Premier League or Spanish La Liga?
La Liga.
Of course, I know you will jump on La Liga. Messi or Ronaldo?
Woo, man. Man, I'm a Real Madrid supporter. I'm a Real Madrid #1 fan. My son as well. So, I don't know. It's difficult. I'll go with Messi. Even if it's painful, I will go with Messi.
I'm sorry, but I have to do that. Thank you. We'll take Messi. Austin JJ Okocha or Clarence Seedorf?
Okocha.
Okocha. Pep Guardiola or Jurgen Klopp?
Klopp.
Klopp? Why?
Because Klopp is somebody who has he worked his way with an unknown team to win the Bundesliga. So it's very, very important. It's not just I'm not saying Pep is the top coach, but I value that. If you can coach a team that is not with superstars, and you take them to win the Bundesliga, I think, I must commend him. For me, that is top. That for me is top. We know players make managers. The better players you have, the better possibilities you have to win the league. So for me, I used to follow him. Then he went to Borussia Dortmund also. The football they play with less names, just regular players, and then you put them on that status. I think for me, it's a top manager.
I agree.
I'll go with him.
I think that's a good explanation. USA 1994 World Cup or France 98?
94.
94. Champions League or World Cup?
If I have to go for Champions League or World Cup, I will go with Champions League because that I can touch it after. Yes, I can touch it. But if you're saying if I don't have a Champions League, if I have to choose between Champions League, I will go for World Cup. But since I already have the Champions League, I will go for Champions League. World Cup, I will not.
I was going to ask Real Madrid or Barcelona, but I already know your answer. So I'm not going there. I
will not compromise. I will not on that. You know it.
So is Real Madrid going to win the league this season in Spain?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that's it. Welcome back, Sports This Morning on Channels Television. Now, guys, Finidi George just started a fight on on Twitter. No, it's a calm fight we do in our world of sports. He picked Messi over Ronaldo, and you guys are commenting. So let's keep that conversation going on Twitter. We're channels_sports. So Finidi George in that quick fire segment on our Instagram live chat says, I'm a Real Madrid fan. I love Real Madrid, but I think Messi is better than Ronaldo. And he said it hurts me, but I think that was a sincere answer, you know. And for Finito, that has been there, done that with football. When he says it's Messi, I think he has so many reasons for saying that.
Yeah, and I guess your reaction and the reaction of a lot of people, because you spend a lot of time in Spain, and you lean towards Messi. I don't know, but maybe a little.
But Ronaldo too was in Spain.
Yeah, a lot of people, but you know. A lot of interesting things is that, particularly the angle where he talks about JJ Okocha and Clarence Seedorf. You know, sometimes when people answer these quick fire questions, what some of us do is want to look into the thinking that makes them arrive at those, you know, and maybe when we have another chance, we'll probe deep. Like for instance, is it because JJ is your national,
you know,
or because you really believe that he's better than Clarence Seedorf?
And he played with Clarence Seedorf.
Yeah.
So it's coming from...
For about a year or two before Seedorf left, because Seedorf was part of that, one of the first set of guys to leave in that generation that won the Champions League. So it's interesting. A lot of things he said, very, very interesting.
Because I had to even ask him when he said Klopp over Guardiola. That's not how a lot of persons will argue about, you know. But I love the things he said. That from when he came from left Dortmund to Liverpool till now, I think Klopp has made a statement.
Yeah, it's on the rise. Yeah. You know, we used to talk about the managers that we think are on the same level, him, Pep, and maybe Jose. A lot of people are taking Jose out of the equation now, and they're saying Pep and Klopp. But even now, because of recent results, some will say maybe Pep, maybe Klopp is a bit, you know, but I mean, you can't argue with the results that he's had in the last 3 years. If you put them side by side, you would want to say Klopp.
Yeah, I know.
If you're as good as your last results, if we're not looking at everything they've achieved, if we're looking at how good you've been in the last 3 years, definitely no arguments.
You know, because before asking Finidi that question, if you put Pep Guardiola and put Jurgen Klopp, you say, oh, Pep Guardiola won in Germany. Of course, Klopp also won the league in Germany. You say, oh, he won the league in England. Klopp now has the league in England. Klopp has the Champions League also. So I think Finidi knows what he's talking about. But again, Louis van Gaal and Clemens Vesterhoff. Van Gaal given an opportunity to leave Nigeria to go sign for Ajax, but he felt the impact that Clemens Vesterhoff made in his career.
I can easily understand. That is easy for me to understand. A lot of those players in that generation are grateful to Clemens Westerhoff. I mean, they had a relationship. I mean, it suited Westerhoff for those players to be playing in good clubs. And it suited those players to have somebody that could nudge them, somebody that could get them into situations where it will advance their careers. And Holland was a route some of them passed to other places. And I'm grateful for what that squad and the coach were able to achieve. And so I'm very happy that he picked Westerhoff.
Yeah, and his response to it was very professional also. So, Louis van Gaal has an impact, but if Westerhoff has not given me an opportunity to play for my country, I'm not going to have club relevance. I won't be able to go to the World Cup. I won't be able to win the AFCON. You know? So it goes to show that, I mean, if we build properly at home, if the foundation at home is good, you're going to have a fantastic career out there. So that's it with our Instagram live chat. We'll continue next week. We'll let you know the next big superstar we'll be speaking to on our Instagram live chat. Just to follow Channels Television on Instagram. I'll be part of the fun. Finidi George also, another thing he said, was very sincere. He said after one match, Louis van Gaal called him after he talked to the press and said, you're going to leave Ajax. He said straight up that the guy told him. And Finidi was like, why would you say that? I said, because I'm signing another Nigerian.
Yeah.
And he said, really?
He said,
I'm bringing Babangida. You know, and that was why I asked him. I said, hope it was not because of the reaction after the match. I said, no. I mean, and he went to Real Betis, and it was also so much love he got from the fans.
Yeah, so it was good. I mean, those guys helping us to relieve the memories, all of those things, the backstory that you never get, to read, and those players telling you how it happened. I remember the things he said about France '98, and all of this. It's very, 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 very interesting. All right, let's leave it at that. There will be more. Like Austin said, there will be more, and we just keep you guessing. The next superstar you're going to see, we just leave it at that, and won't let the cat out of the bag, but you're going to see another superstar help you relieve the moment. All right, let's go to England now and talk about the English Premier League. Let's take a look at the results from yesterday before we take a reaction from the managers. Manchester City, Liverpool. I wouldn't say I'm surprised. I didn't expect 4-0, but I wouldn't say I'm surprised. But the other one I'm surprised with, Sheffield United up against Tottenham. Tottenham knew they had to win this game to keep their hopes of Europe alive against a team who's knocking on the door as well.
I know.
But how they lost, I don't understand.
Sheffield
Jose has some unkind words about VAR, though. But
I know, but I mean, Sheffield United, I mean, I think they've done so good this season for themselves. When they defeated Arsenal at home, I said, let's take a look at this team closely. They can actually tell a story that we will not be able to say, you know, without saying, what happened? You know, and that's what they did against Tottenham. It was a match of who wants it more, you know, and they showed that, yes, they wanted this result and they got it. Another big question on Jose and his team and their character and to step up when it matters most. They didn't step up because this is the sort of game that, just as Real Madrid did against Getafe, you know you have something inside. Chelsea already dropped, you know. So now you want to just do what you can. Arsenal is showing that they can pick back their form. So now it's about getting all of this points before the season wraps up. And they couldn't do it against Sheffield United. So no matter what Jose says, his critics will come at him and say,
this is Sheffield.
Excuses just for failures, you know, that this is Sheffield. You should have just done everything you can to, you know, get it out of the way. So it's a sad result for Tottenham, fantastic result for Sheffield United. I think they deserve everything that they've done for themselves this season, Sheffield and Wolves, let me mention that. But no, Jose needs to sit back, work on the mentality of his players, because we said it on this show that with the league restarting, they have the full complement of their squad, you know, easily they should pick points, you know, from these. So, no, it's going to be tough for them now because...
Very tough.
From going forward now, anything that meets you are as terribly good as your last result. The season, we can already see the finish line. So you meet anybody now, they're just going to tie it up and then, you know, try to get the result off you.
Let's flip it, Liverpool and Manchester City.
After showing them love, being gracious to them, take the guard of honor.
Hammering.
So now come take it. Klopp and the Liverpool players and their fans especially don't bother about this result. Trophy is already in the cabinet. I love the word you used when we started the show. You said they're suffering from hangover. And that's what most of their fans were saying it last night on social media. I say shame on Manchester City. They should have been able to keep this going, particularly that loss at Chelsea. It was, you know, they were disgraceful. You know, I know Liverpool was going to still win the league, but we love that you know, push that will give us reasons to come talk about it. Yeah, and I was teasing Liverpool fans that, look, with the way COVID-19 paused the season, each time they go back and look at their record, coming off 3 losses, it would have put a little bit of pressure on them. And you could tell when the season was just about to restart, Jurgen Klopp was calling on all of the fans, wherever you
Support us. Get us over the line quickly.
You know, so I was like, come on, Man City, just give us what to talk about, push. But these teams, they just know how not to give you the result when you want the result. Football is crazy.
It is indeed. All right, let's listen to the managers. Let's start off with the man that won on the night, Pep Guardiola. Very happy with that win, coming a bit late though, but very happy with that victory over Liverpool.
So, but I'm happy.
All right. All right. Some will say excuses. Trophy already in the back, so you can understand.
No pressure. In fact, the board will say, don't beat yourself. But we also know that we play for records in our world of sports. And that will go into your record that you lost to Manchester City 4-0. And these coaches don't like that. I think Salah came close. At some point, you know, struck the goalpost, but they didn't get the goal. City needed it when I think they didn't need it, and they got
They're still in the running for 2 more titles.
Yeah.
That will help their confidence in the FA Cup and in the Champions League. So I guess they needed it more.
But some of us that just love to see things go down the wire, put a little bit of pressure for analysis.
Makes it more exciting.
We're still beefing them, but it's okay. Liverpool did all of the right things, and so that's why they have the league already. But it is going to be an interesting one from 3rd to about 6th. There's still so much to play for in the English Premier League. And
so the fixtures?
Yeah, and the fixtures, I'll tell you that it's getting interesting in the English Premier League and the Spanish La Liga. Chelsea will take on Watford. More for you in the English Premier League. Burnley will take on Sheffield United. Newcastle will host West Ham. I'm looking forward to that one also. Because it's going to be about sustaining momentum from the last matches. Liverpool will go against Aston Villa. Aston Villa already in the relegation zone. Let's see what they can do. Our Southampton will host Manchester City in the English Premier League. It's getting interesting. Shout out again to Sheffield United. What they did against Tottenham was really brave. And with that, they're now 7th on the log. So, Jose, I don't know what Jose is going to do, but look, we need to see the Jose that we knew in Chelsea that would tell Drogba, you're not doing so well. We're going to prize Rooney. We're going to bring Rooney. It's about psychology. I don't know. There's just something wrong. Maybe they just say, let the season just end. But there's something in it for Jose and Tottenham. Look at the league table and see that you can push for something.
Yeah, there's still something to fight for.
Particularly that Arsenal has been a struggle all season and they're still on top of Tottenham. It beats you.
It does. It does. All right. Let's quickly go to Spain and talk about what happened yesterday as Real Madrid edge closer to the title with every game. Haiba losing to Osasuna by 2 goals. Real Sociedad was a 2-1 victory over Espanyol. And the one everyone was talking about, it took a goal from Sergio Ramos to help his team squeeze past. Austin says edge. I say squeeze past.
It was a pass through in there because they needed that by all standards.
And a good one. 4 points now on top.
Real Madrid. And shout out to Sergio Ramos. He's beginning to prove that.
By the way, you think he deserves the 2-year contract he's asking for at 35?
I think he does. And I think defenders get better with age, And look, this is a club legend already. The other day he was scoring his turn out of a free kick, Now he's stepping up to give them the much vital win that they need to put more pressure on Barcelona. Look, Yemi, nobody should tell you your price in this industry, particularly footballers. They know what they know. If Messi comes up now and says, Barca, give me a lifetime contract till I leave this club, they will give it to him. That's Lionel Messi. This is Sergio Ramos talking right there. But with that win, made it interesting for the La Liga. 4 points clear of Barcelona now. Let's see how Barcelona will respond in their next game. But shout out to Real Madrid for staying focused and keeping their eyes on the prize.
All right, let's quickly look at what's going to happen over the weekend. We start with the one with today. Atletico is playing today. So let's see the fixtures. Atletico up against, that's Atletico Madrid up against Mallorca. Celta Vigo up against Real Betis. That game is tomorrow. Real Valladolid up against Deportivo Alaves. Granada up against Valencia. You had Atletico Bilbao up against Real Madrid. Espanyol up against Leganes. Osasuna up against Getafe and Villarreal up against Barcelona. These are some of the matches to look forward to this weekend.
Potential banana skin for Barcelona in that match against Villarreal. Atletico beat Mallorca. They go on top of Barca. We still now have 60 points with 1 point clear of Barca. So all of the pressure on Barcelona right now, they need to show some character. They need to give us some champion stuff football. Otherwise, I think if they don't get points over Villarreal, that's it.
That's it. It's done.
That's it.
It's done.
Gone.
It's done. That's it. All right. So, we need to go on a break right about now. When we come back, we'll talk about the ultimatum Lionel Messi is giving to Barcelona. What he's been saying, he says, let's not talk about contract renewal anymore. Let's just leave it the way it is. We'll go on that break. Come back for more sports this morning. All right, welcome back. Austin, you wanted to do a quick one on the Spanish La Liga?
On the Spanish La Liga, let's just set the record straight. I was talking about Sevilla putting the pressure on Atletico Madrid, not Atletico Madrid putting the pressure on Barcelona. That's a little bit. So if Sevilla win their match and against Eibar and Atletico fail to get the points in their match, Sevilla will overtake them in third position. So just set the record.
But the title race is just...
Yeah, no, it's Barcelona and Real Madrid. They've distanced themselves. That's what it is with the Spanish La Liga. Remember one time in Chelsea that some group of players came and ganged up.
Went.
They don't just get Drogba, get Lampard and one more. And Scolari can't coach in Chelsea anymore. It happens. And they don't command the sort of name that Lionel Messi has. So Pessis is just saying this because it is Messi, you know. But I think Messi should think about it again. I'm not saying it's not time to leave Barcelona. It's due to leave, but stay in Europe. Do one more season in Europe. Just prove critics wrong, you know. Go somewhere challenging and prove a point. Give us those double figures for goals in a season. Shut the fans, the critics of the fans of Cristiano Ronaldo. That's the only thing they use against you. So Messi, no, don't go to Argentina.
All right.
Or just retire in Barcelona. Okay. It's okay for us that way.
And we'll see how Barcelona tries to navigate and solve all of the problems, whether they're bringing in a new coach, irrespective of whether they retain it. I mean, a lot to be said, but we keep our fingers crossed and be monitoring that. Austin, let's do 2-1. Talk about Bayern. Leroy Sané completes his move to Bayern. And Bayern also preparing. They're one of the few teams that could... In fact, the only team in Europe that could do a treble. They're looking forward to retaining the German Cup title. They won it last year. They beat Leipzig. But this time they're up against Bayer Leverkusen. So 2-1, Sané completes his move and up against Bayer Leverkusen.
I think with the momentum Bayern they're enjoying, you can never bet against them against Bayer Leverkusen. So the cup is theirs and they're going for it again. So... it's advantage Bayern. But hey, this is football. This is football where we're coming from now. And Sheffield United is shutting up Tottenham. You know, and Chelsea cannot win against West Ham when you expect them to win. Football can be that funny. This is the same Bayern that as last year, October, they were struggling. November, they were struggling. And now they've won the title already and they're looking good to go ahead to retain the German Cup. So I think it will be an easy ride for Bayern Munich unless Bayer Leverkusen brings up something special. Of course, the odds don't favor them, but let's see what they can do. It's football. And for Leroy, we talked about it yesterday with Biola Kazim that this is an absolute...
He says he has a good relationship with Flick. He was his coach in the under 20s.
There you go. So this is somebody that understands him, you know, and in terms of development, he's a young player. He knows where he can put him, you know, to fit into the team. And it's just something about being back home. If things are not going well for you, you go to mama's house and then you eat some food and talk about it.
Like they say in the part of Nigeria where I'm from, if you don't know where you're going, at least you know where you're coming from.
You know, you go back home, you know. So now he's at home. He won't feel bad. He will start doing video calls to say, oh, I don't think Guardiola does not like, I think Guardiola does not like me. He doesn't want to play me. You are in Germany, you know. And I think it's a fantastic decision for him to go back home, you know, because he knows, he understands that he has a lot to prove. And he's a good player. So it sounds good that Leroy Sané is having this deal with Bayern Munich. So the move has been completed and we'll continue to monitor it. Let's jump on our Twitter handle now. You guys are talking to us. I love the comments that I'm seeing. So after listening to Finidi George, guys, Finidi George said it was difficult. I needed him to just say it because that conversation, whenever it comes up, it sparks, you know, amongst fans. So Finidi says, it's difficult. I support Real Madrid. I love Real Madrid, but I pick Messi over Ronaldo. You guys have been commenting about it. And we asked you, do you agree with his decision? And Rimbola says, goal and assist ratio settled everything. Individual awards and goals achievement answered, which is not debatable. Messi is the god of football, while Ronaldo is the greatest of all time that the God sent. Confuse us, man. You said simple.
That's confusing. That's confusing.
But Prince Agbo says, no, I don't agree with Finidi George. No. He says, my reason is because Ronaldo is a complete player compared to Messi and Ronaldo. Ronaldo had delivered and still his delivery quality and high performances in every team he has played for. Unlike Messi, who is a king only in Barcelona and surrounded with top quality players. You see what I'm saying?
I don't want to get to the argument because I know people will come for me, but I don't think Messi has anything to prove to anybody. And I don't like that argument when I hear that one player stayed at one. Okay, you're going to tell me a player like John Terry, for instance, because he stayed all his career at Chelsea, would not have done well if he had gone to Liverpool. I would never go into the argument of about who is better. I won't try that. But I just want to knock that argument about because he played for Barcelona all his career. Yeah. I don't think we should be throwing that in the mix.
Exactly. No, we shouldn't do that. They have quality players too in Juve. Ronaldo is a quality player. When he was in Real Madrid,
everywhere he's played.
He had quality players. When he was in Manchester United,
everywhere he's played.
Quality players. So what are you guys talking about? But hey, it is what it is. You guys are making your comments, and we can only take that. Dennis says, if truly he is a god of football, as you said, then a god should be able to deliver anywhere, anytime. It wasn't me that said it, it was Priest that said it. Why is it that the only place he can perform is FC Barcelona? Ronaldo has won everything with different clubs and won with his country too. CR7, simply the best. Yemi said, won't get into it. I won't get into it also, but we respect all of your opinions on the show. And guys, we love it. That's the banter that happens in our world of sport. And I would love that it is clean and you guys are just making your comments as regards what you know. Sharai says, yes, I agree with Finidi George. Though painful being a diehard Madrid fan, but Messi is better. I think that does it here.
That does it. Very interesting. But you know the conversation never ends. Let's keep it going. You can go to our Twitter handle and continue to have your say on all of the things that we have talked about today. I want to thank you for your time on the show today. And, of course, we'll do this again next week. This is the last edition for the week. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Bye-bye now.
Okay, for the team, I'm Austin Okonakwan. Let's keep the conversation going on Twitter channels _sports, and then we'll get you talking. That's the show. I'm Austin Okonakwan. In everything you do, remember, keep talking sports. Bye for now.